Dr. Manoj Jha represents the RJD. Professor PV Indiresan, former Director IIT Madras, has also been a Planning Commission member in the past. Naresh Gujral, Member of Parliament of the Shiromani Akali Dal. Siddharth Nath Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. My first question is to DMK leader and spokesperson Khusboo. Khusboo, it's a Chief Minister's meeting. I know you are a political foe, but then 10 minutes? 10 minutes and a buzzer goes on, almost like it's a school elocution competition. Isn't that unfair on Jayalalithaa?
I think before the meeting starts, before the NDC meeting starts, every chief minister has been given a protocol before they start the speech saying that this is the time that has been allotted to every chief minister. It's not that a special time was allotted to Madam Jayalalithaa or the other chief ministers who are in alliance with the UPA government. So why was this?
No, why were Congress chief ministers allowed 30 minutes in past sessions? Jayalalithaa says the Assam chief minister was given 30 minutes last year.
That's what I'm saying. It's about last year. I'm saying this year, every party member, every spokesperson or every chief minister is given a protocol that this is the time that has been allotted to every chief minister this year. So why was this not taken into consideration? Why this was not spoken before she started her meeting? Why this was not spoken about before she went into speech?
From what I see from her speech...
Minister in this NDC, let me finish, Arnab. Every chief minister in this NDC meeting was provided with only 10 minutes of speech, if I'm not wrong. It's not that only Madam Jayalalithaa was asked to speak for 10 minutes and the other party...
Are you saying this was pre-planned?
No, it wasn't pre-planned. It's not pre-planned, but we all know there's something called protocol where every chief minister is given a time that this is the time that has been allotted for every person. Yes, I definitely agree. 10 minutes is not sufficient to put forth your
Siddharth Nath
views. 10 minutes is not sufficient to speak what you want to speak.
Is this a joint BJP Jayalalithaa strategy?
I complete.
A joint BJP Jayalalithaa strategy to somehow embellish the centre at the NDC meeting?
No, Arnab, I think Khusboo ji has got the facts wrong. There is always a protocol in NDC meetings, but the genesis to this problem is not what has happened, 10 minutes buzzer coming in. The genesis lies between the centre and the non-UPA states. There has been a discrimination which has been going on, and there are a number of incidents to prove that yes, the non-Congress states have always been discriminated on the basis of certain environmental clearances not coming, certain laws not being, being held up. So all those things.
No, Rajiv Shukla says the buzzer is being pressed at 10 minutes for even Congress chief ministers. So where's the discrimination?
No, it's a no. I think Mr. Rajiv Shukla, with his limited understanding, thinks that bias means only on the buzzer, that is the 10 minutes. I think the bias, what the Jayalalithaa has said and the BJP has been saying, is over the issues of certain resources, certain decision making, certain bills not being cleared, they're being held by the governor.
So you're saying
that is the discrimination.
You're saying
I think it's a genesis has been over.
Yes. You're saying that it is because what Jayalalithaa is saying is uncomfortable, and it's a fact. Let me go to Dr. Manoj Jha of the of the RJD. Yes. The fact here is Dr. Jayalalitha's text of her speech shows she came down very, very heavily on the centre.
On the
that's what Siddharth Nath Singh is saying. That because
Arnab.
Yes, okay, you got the question. Yes, Dr. Jha.
Yeah. Arnab.
Yeah.
What I believe very strongly that Jayalalitha's walking out of the NDC meeting was not as impulsive as it goes with her personality. She was very calculative in walking out, because when she walked out of the NDC meeting, she walked in a very different kind of politics. In fact, she is locating a new axis, and if you see her statements, recent statements, what she could not speak at Vigyan Bhavan, she came out and spoke about constitutional non-delivery of UPA government by virtue of Kaveri water dispute. She also spoke about fishermen's non-protection, that is.
So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Are you not allowed to criticize the UPA government?
No. What I mean, that in this confused atmosphere of uncertainty over UPA, as also the confused atmosphere of the alternative formation like NDA. She is locating a new axis. It was her desperation. And that is why I find that the violence was there in her language.
Violence.
Humiliation. Is she looking at humiliation as a future sanctification?
Very strong, very strong counter accusations, Naresh Gujral. Violence in her language. Point number one. Point number two, the RJD representative says Jayalalitha's walkout was staged. Your response, please.
Unfortunately, Arnab, this has become now an annual ritual. The central government looks at it as a necessary evil that these chief ministers have to be called to Delhi. Willy-nilly, we have to pass the day. They don't want to talk to them. People are talking at each other and not to each other. You must go back to when this was conceived by Mr. Nehru. At that stage, there were only Congress chief ministers. But even then, Mr. Nehru used to encourage them to speak their minds out. Now, unfortunately, no time is being given to them, and I think there are grave national issues to be debated. And adequate time should be given, and in fact, I think this should be over 3 days. 1 day is not enough.
Ritual.
And like you said earlier, this is not a college debating society or a school debating society that after 10 minutes, you ask a chief minister who represents 7 crore people of our state to shut up and sit down.
Arnab.
1 second, Dr. Manoj Jha. Before you come in, I'm going to get in Professor Indiresan. Professor Indiresan, this is not a college debate. Suppose a chief minister highly critical of the centre wants to take 5 to 10 more minutes. I mean, what's the big deal? Wouldn't it be more appropriate, Professor Indiresan, to encourage criticism rather than stifle it?
See, question is this. Ms. Jayalalithaa is a very experienced chief minister. She has got an extraordinary command of the English language. She could have given whatever her views, maybe within 10 minutes if she wanted to. If she had something more, she could have given a piece of paper, or she could have asked the Prime Minister more time before and got it earlier. But walking out when everybody is stuck to 10 minutes, has agreed to 10 minutes, whether right or wrong, that's not the issue, I think is not very good. We don't want the NDC to become like Parliament or like a legislature.
No, but then don't have a meeting. Naresh Gujral says don't have a meeting. Siddharth Nath Singh, your response to Professor Indiresan. Siddharth Nath Singh.
Arnab, last year the NDC meeting was for over 2 days. One of the governors and he was administrator for the UT also. UT just gets about 5-7 minutes. He spoke for almost 55 minutes and the time was given. Basically what is happening is this government is so scared to face the truth, to take on what is coming from the non-BJP states on the discrimination and the things which we'd like to suggest to the government on the economic front. They don't want to hear. So they think, like Mr. Naresh Gujral has said, it's a ritual. They want the day to be over and they go back and say, okay, fine, we have done a ritual. That's what we wanted to do. But as Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, is not necessarily that she has to take a permission from Prime Minister. No, I'm going to speak for half an hour or something like that, so please allow me. You are there for a discussion. You want to interact. If she had taken 10 minutes, she could have been said, okay, maybe you would like to take another 5-6 minutes and be gracefully and hear it out. But I think overall what is really happening is that this government...
Do you think there was a direct... No, one sec.